That's the thing I love about tropical locations is they can also be spooky locations.
Someone's AirPod just turned around a Boeing 767 headed for Spain.
I had a friend years ago who won an island. It wasn't Swedish. It was down in the Caribbean. His last name was Epstein.
Chip Chantry, man of danger.
The people who are making phone calls on flights are not the type of people to be quiet about making phone calls.
This is a great episode, Chip.
It's a good one.
We're really touching on a lot of key issues to the travel community.
What up, burnt ones? This is the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. To my right, as always, you know him from Netflix on the series Tires and his amazing stand-up special Move Closer. It's Chip Chantry.
And over here to my left is Mr. Thomas O'Brien, Emmy award-winning producer, writer, and my pal. Grab a float, put on your earphones, and drift away. Grab a Mai Tai.
Because it's great to be in the tropics with your boys.
So you just need some silver spray paint. That's all you do. You spray paint the front of the used lottery tickets, and they look brand new, so you can resell them. So I just take them down to my grandma's nursing home. And
Whoa, Chip. We've already started rolling, buddy.
Oh, hey, everybody.
What up, burnt ones? This is the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. And, dude, we've got this one's going to burn up the charts, baby.
Yeah, there is definitely fire damage happening to the inside of your earphones, iPods, earpods, AirBuds, of your buds, your dogs that play basketball.
Not that Chip's worried about it because he has 47 crisp dollar bills he got at his Nana's nursing home.
Yes, I do.
All right, this episode, we are getting into it. A flight to Spain turned around mid-Atlantic because of a naughty pair of AirPods.
No bueno.
Uber is spilling its lost and found secrets.
Let's have it.
It's a little naughty, Chip.
It is naughty.
A Wisconsin man won a Swedish island.
I'm excited about this one.
The World Cup has a real Cool Runnings vibe this year.
This is my favorite story.
Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme, Chip.
In the heat of the rhythm of the night, as DeBarge once said.
You got to listen to DeBarge.
In the heat of the rhythm of the night. I think those are the words. In the heat of the rhythm of...
For $100,000, I could not tell you what those words are at any point in my life. Like, I have a feeling, I know the vague rhythm of it.
But you know the song, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a great tune, and it just proves you don't always need to understand it for art to be good.
It's almost as good as DeBarge's Who's Johnny, the song from Short Circuit about Johnny Five, the robot that came alive.
And that's the robot with eyelids? I remember this.
Yeah, his eyelids, just to give you a little... Just a little love.
And that's how you make them bedroom eyes.
Also, Steve Guttenberg was also in that movie, and he also had eyelids.
Did you know that Paul Stark and Steve Guttenberg had some kind of relationship?
No.
I think Paul Stark literally lived at his house or something like that for a period of time and worked on a script with him.
Wait, I think I might know this, too.
Shout out Paul Stark, buddy.
Shout out
former
Paul Stark.
colleague at NBC.
Continued success.
British Airways is letting passengers take voice and video calls mid-flight, and Chip is already furious.
I'm shaking about this one.
I'm pretty fired up about it too. What are you doing, British Airlines?
No thanks.
Yeah, it's like a spot of tea and a big bowl of super annoying.
Mm-hmm.
We pop into the Hypochondriac corner to find out about Chip's television virus. We have Buffett facts. We have fish of the week. We crack open the good book. The Trouble in Paradise hotline is open, everybody. You can call us and leave a voicemail at 310-845-6038 and tell us about your most incredible, exciting, funny, harrowing vacation story. We want to hear about it. And now, to get us kicked off, Chip, to get you all in the right vibe, we encourage you to join us. It's time for an old-fashioned slather, buddy.
Slather it up. Get in those rays.
Oh,
little Hawaiian Tropic.
My
the 5-0.
man.
The SPF that I love the most. It's just the right amount of SPF.
Speaking of just the right amount, speaking of rays, speaking of Hawaiian Tropic, bud, we may be announcing as early as next week our next In Paradise tour stop, bud.
Tropical tour stop coming, probably not near you, but maybe you can be near us.
Yeah, you got to come be near us if it's not near you. But yeah, dude, we don't like to announce things, specifics. We don't like to count chickens before they're hatched. Working in television long enough, you know, you need a signed contract and for everything to be legally bueno before we talk about it in detail. But dude, we are close, and I could not be more excited, man.
Yep.
I'm really fired up.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's get those sand in our toes.
Yeah. And some comedy in your ears. This is the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy, tropical travel, and occasionally we blend those things together on location. So if you think those two things should go together, stay tuned. Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308. I'm going to need about a dozen towels sent up, as well as a nice pair of scissors.
Are you the reason we're getting reports that a man is walking around dressed like a ghost?
Or maybe your hotel is haunted.
Just wear pants next time.
Sounds good.
Chip!
Thomas.
Dude, that front desk, pretty spooky.
That's the thing I love about tropical locations, is they can also be spooky locations.
I'm really scared to even look into it. I know there's some nice lore. There's some nice stories. There's probably something, but I just love being there so much that I don't want to spend any of that time spooked out.
Oh, I strongly disagree.
Okay.
I want to be on the beach, shaking in my boots. And first of all, why am I wearing boots on the beach in the first place?
Yeah.
That is an issue that's between me and my doctor.
You just kept saying I have a foot issue.
Yes.
You're the only one on the beach with dipping your steel toes in the sand.
Yeah. Those things do not float. I'll tell you that much.
No.
You got to do some extra kicking. But yeah, I like to be spooked out anywhere. Just a little spooky vibe, a little old school kind of Shining kind of vibe. But like, take Shining off the mountain, put it out on the beach.
There's a spooky movie out right now, Back Rooms, Chip. You have any interest? Have you heard about this thing?
Yeah, I heard it's very different, very interesting. I believe the guy who made it is like 9.5 years old.
Yeah, it's a fourth grader from Wisconsin.
Yeah, good for him. And yeah, I heard it's jarring.
Yeah, I mean, he said he knows about front rooms,
right?
But he was like, the idea is, what if there were other types of rooms?
Side rooms, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of rooms available that he can. I mean, I can see the Room trilogy happening. Bathrooms.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of it. Yeah, very young director-writer.
Yeah.
Breaking all kinds of records at the box office. This is off the heels of Obsession, which came out like a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Horror's alive at the box office right now.
Alive and well, and I'm here for it. I think that's what people want. I think we're tired of I'm generalizing. I think there will always be a place for the big superhero comic book movies.
Yeah.
But I think we've seen enough of them for a while. I think people are ready for something a little. It's like that first opening riff of Smells Like Teen Spirit. They're like, you know what? We've had enough hair metal. Let's turn the page.
Let's turn the page boy haircut.
Yep.
Which is something they kind of did.
Right.
Close. Adjacent. Chip, episode 65 of the Sunburnt podcast.
Yeah.
We're ripping and rocking, and we're getting into a segment called For the Algo.
For the Algo. For you, and also for those robots listening in on your computer devices.
We have got to tickle those robots' ears so they'll get the information to you. Like, we're playing the algorithm's game, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And this time we're trying to win. But, dude, this story is mind-boggling. Someone's AirPod just turned around a Boeing 767 headed for Spain, buddy. Did you hear about this in the wild?
I mean, yes, and it drove me nuts. I actually had, so we were talking about this story.
Yeah.
I was reading about it. I literally had a nightmare. I don't know if we call it a nightmare, but a bad dream last night.
Okay.
About a very similar thing. I was going to the airport myself. I'm a very, I think I very straight and narrow. I like to follow the rules. I'm not a man of danger necessarily.
Chip Chantry, man of danger.
Despite what I want the ladies to think.
I know, despite that leather jacket.
I had to fly to Austin, Texas by myself.
In your dream?
In my dream.
Did you have to kill Tony when you got there?
Well, you ready for this?
Oh, no.
I think I might have.
You flew for an open mic, Chip?
I literally put a pistol, a gun in my suitcase.
Yeah.
because I thought I might need it.
Right.
I don't own a gun. I literally borrowed somebody's gun, put it in the suitcase, and then like showed up. I was the only one in line. There was nobody else in TSA line. I was like, oh my God, this is great. Sweet young gal. And I was like, hey, I have to tell you. And she's like, hey, have you been drinking? And I was like, no. And she's like, you've been drinking. I was like, oh yeah, actually I did have, because like I never drink before a flight.
But in the real world, yesterday you did drink. I know that for a fact.
I did. I had a beverage, had a little cocktail.
Had a little road dog.
I think I was feeling it. And she's like, I know you drinking. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, oh, I have to tell you, I do have a weapon in my suitcase. And she's like, okay, we just have to get the police to come to like, they look at it or whatever. And we had to wait for the police to arrive to like go through it and okay it.
Yeah.
By that time, like they just never showed up. And then my plane left and I was stuck and I never got to go to my flight. I had this nightmare based on this story, which I think is even more harrowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is wild. I'll tell you one other thing real quick. I've been stopped at the Kona airport. I've been detained at the Kona airport.
Really?
On suspicions of bringing a firearm.
Why? Just the look of your, that's just the cut of your jib?
Yeah, they looked at it might have even been this Hawaiian, and they were like, this guy's up to no good.
Yeah.
After we went to Oahu, I went to the Big Island to take care of some other business, and I was traveling with all our video equipment, Chip.
Oh.
So they thought that like the big Pelican cases full of stuff were something more problematic, and I was like, it's a video camera.
Because that TSA agent had seen the movie Die Hard before.
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing, Thomas. I would have seen your equipment, thrown you to the floor, put you in cuffs, and questioned you for hours on end.
They just had to take a look at it really quick.
Okay, well,
I'm sure it could have gone through something.
They do it their way. I do it my way, Thomas.
Yeah, they were very nice about it. They were very chill about it. Very, very Hawaiian.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was making big accusations. They just wanted to check it out, make sure everything was going to be
Sure,
safe.
sure.
But yeah, I did get pulled over. But back to this story, buddy.
Yeah.
HuffPost Weird News is reporting that a United Airlines flight bound for Spain was forced to turn around mid-Atlantic after a passenger named their Bluetooth device Bomb. B-O-M-B.
Okay, now, I guess we don't know the answer to this.
Yeah.
Was this previously the name?
Oh, did somebody change it? No, it didn't cover that at all in anything I saw.
Like we don't know when they named it Bomb, but it was just called Bomb.
Dude, I went a little deep doing some research on this thing, and not all of it is good, you know?
Okay.
Just, if you do a search on something, especially when social media gets involved, you don't know what's true or true. But, like, I think it's a teenager by some of the accounts. A lot of them do not name it, but I think it was like a younger person. Mm-hmm. There was 190 passengers and 12 crew members on this flight, dude. And this is the most frustrating part about it.
Yeah.
They asked everybody just to turn off the Bluetooths. They asked the whole plane, turn off your Bluetooth devices. All but 2 devices were turned off. And the one of the 2 that stayed on was the one named Bomb.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, they could have just... That's such an easy fix.
Yeah.
For how many people did you say were on that flight?
190. 190 souls.
200 people basically are flying from the U.S. to Spain.
Yep.
Most likely for an amazing vacation.
It's the time to go to Spain, baby.
It's the perfect time to go to Spain. And you're there. You're in the air. You're 3 hours out. You're halfway there. You're living on a prayer.
It's quite the journey.
So despite that, so I guess they can't figure out whose device it is.
Well, I don't even think they can really ask. I don't think they can tell everybody, hey, there's a device named Bomb. I think they're just like, hey, there's something going on up here in the pilot's area, and we need everybody to turn off their Bluetooth. Might be interfering with some instruments. Whatever light cover story they had.
Sure.
Everybody turns off their trash except for the BOMB.
That is a little brazen, a little crazy. Like, is it just a weird coincidence that the person not realize, or were they trying to be funny?
I don't think so, man. I think it's just this could be an ad for AirPods, dude. The noise canceling is so good
that
it will ruin your vacation.
Oh, could you imagine? I
Yeah,
mean,
dude.
I could see it nowadays.
So,
Yeah.
so this thing took her off around 6 p.m. from Newark Liberty
Mm-hmm.
and landed back at the same airport at 9:37. So they're up in the air for about 3.5 hours before they turned around and then had to go through the whole rigmarole of getting off the plane, I think, getting another crew back in there.
Yeah, you're gonna need another crew.
Yeah, they've got rules about crews.
Just because one idiot.
Alleged.
Alleged idiot. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't think about it. If I named it Bomb, like,
Yeah.
you know, Bomb doesn't, maybe that's like a fun thing. Like, my music's Bomb.
Yeah, I guess so. But then it's like, not to turn it off.
On
That's
the Bluetooth. Yeah, not turn it off. This guy's living on the edge of D-bag territory.
Yeah.
Potentially. I do have a question. I was thinking about this. You specifically being a comedian. When you hear something like this, do you have a different relationship with the word bomb? What's the most upsetting part?
Yeah, it just reminds me of the first half of my career. That's why it's so upsetting, I think.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, like, yeah, you never performed at 30,000 feet. That might have turned a plane around in the early portion
I
of your
don't
career.
believe I have. No. Yeah, that if I just, hey guys, what's up with airline food literally in front of you?
Yeah.
And then they're just like, we're turning it around. Let's go.
Dude, do you have a specific memory early on of a joke you thought was going to absolutely crush that you felt embarrassed by in the moment on stage?
Oh, many. I'm trying to think if I can think of an exact one, but yes. Or like, I remember. Okay, I do remember this. Very low stakes, but at the time it was soul crushing.
Yeah.
At the time, my friend John Kensel was there as well.
Were the puppets there?
I don't believe there were any puppets there at that time, which is I think I would have felt better about myself if there were. But I
Yeah.
remember being on stage. It was just an open mic. There was literally like 6 of us there.
Uh-huh.
It was these guys, Steve and Pat, who were like just a little bit above me. They started a little bit before me, but I really looked up to them.
Yeah.
And John Kensel and maybe like 2 other people. And I remember specifically where we were at this. And literally I was laughing at my own joke because I thought it was so funny.
That's tough.
I remember it was something about an inflatable church, like, you know, like a bouncy house kind of thing, but
Yeah.
like some congregation, whatever, they have this inflatable church that they can go inside, almost like a tent or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I made something, I actually, speaking of bombs, I made a joke about like, well, then you're going to blow up the church. Like that was the thing, you know, because
Yeah.
a bombing kind of situation. And I remember, I was like, it's so funny, laughing to myself. And I'm almost barely able to get through the joke, and they're just staring at me.
Oh, that is amazing. And most of your early work was religious.
It was religious and/or about inflatables. A lot of inflatable material back then.
And you were sponsored by Lutheran Inflatables?
Lutheran Inflatables LLC.
Not a lot of open micers are sponsored. But if you're going to be sponsored.
I had to wear that blow-up shirt, that blow-up hoodie. Man.
All right, man. Well, note to all the burnt ones out there. Don't name your AirPods Bomb, for the love of
Please.
goodness. It might cause you some trouble.
And, okay, because that's the thing, too. When you're in an airplane, like, I'm not nervous about flying.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about, like, missing my flight or the flight gets canceled or whatever, right? Because I don't remember if it was with you guys, but, like, there was one of the legs when we went to Hawaii
Yeah.
was, like, there was some issue, and, like, the crew was, like, looking at the flight and the wing and all, and it was like, and I was like, this is not good. Like, we were on the tarmac, but we hadn't pulled out yet, and I was like, oh, we're not getting off the ground on this plane.
Was it when you were on the flight with my father and I wasn't there? I think I remember hearing there was a little static on the way home.
Maybe. And I was like, we're not getting out of here. I was like, they're not gonna be able to use this plane. And then they're like, all right, we fixed everything. And maybe it was like a 20-minute delay.
Yeah.
But you're like, what? And then when those wheels pick up,
Yeah.
you just feel like, all right, we made it.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, so then now I can just relax for the next few hours and just get to my destination. I went through all that rigmarole, TSA of all that stuff. The plane's working well. And I was like, I'm just good. And then to be like an hour or two into your flight across the Atlantic, and then they're like, guys, we're turning around. Sorry. Boom. And I wonder how much they were even told or like that were turning around, like, what were they told when they had turned around? Because if it was a legitimate threat, they're like, hey, we think there's a bomb on board. We're going to turn around. The guy's just going to blow the place up, right? So it's like they might just have to be like, sorry, we're having some troubles. We got to turn around. Like, man, that's the worst.
And then, as we learned from 30 Rock, they just tell us it'll be 15 minutes.
Right. And then you just keep, that's a Sky Law, baby.
Sky Law. Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. This also plays in the same territory. Did you see that video of the Jiu-Jitsu guy that like restrained that dude that was trying to open the airplane door?
Yes. Yeah.
I've never he's just like the close up on that guy holding this man down with just such confidence and no panic. Yeah, I've never been that confident in myself that I could do anything.
Well, okay, I would say this. Let's say you're in that situation, Thomas. God forbid, the guy's trying to open the door. Mm-hmm. You look down at your carry-on bag. Yeah. Your pickleball paddle is there. Yeah. At hand. Uh-huh. What do you do?
I think based on my history of confrontation, I look the other direction.
Okay.
And gently fondle my pickleball paddle.
Yes. It's like, hey, we might get sucked out the window, but you know what? I'm just gonna retape this handle here.
I like to think I'd step up. But like I just wouldn't have the skills, dude. There was something about like this is the most chaotic situation you can have in modern times without like a weapon or whatever. Right. Kind of. This guy's literally trying to down a plane, it seems like. Yeah. And the strong confidence of this man just like constraining this other man who has lost his marbles, and he's just looking around. He's like, yeah, this is okay. This is good. And then I saw an interview with him. He's like, yeah, I've trained jiu-jitsu for a long time. I guess he used to be a mixed an MMA fighter. Yeah. And just, dude, all the confidence in the world. I want that confidence, Chip.
So do I.
I don't want to work for it.
No, but you just want to have it.
I want to have it.
Same here, baby.
I'd love a couple of skills. All right, moving on from airplanes to ride shares, Chip.
Yep. Different form of transportation, just as inconvenient sometimes.
But also just a part of travel, baby. Yep. That goes hand in hand with getting around this globe. Mm-hmm. Uber released its 10th annual Lost and Found Index last week, detailing the most commonly forgot items left in rideshare vehicles, and over 1 million phones were reported left behind in Ubers last year. Chip, have you ever left a phone in an Uber?
I've never left, as far as I know, other than my dignity, I've never left a thing in an Uber. I'm somebody who is, I will tell you this, Thomas, I was walking home from the grocery yesterday. The grocers. Yeah. The old Acme grocery store.
Neighborhood grocers.
I pulled my phone out of my pocket. I'm carrying my bags. Pulled my phone out of my pocket to look at a text, and it slipped out of my hand, fell on the ground. I got a little crack just at the top corner of my screen. No. I think it's going to be fine. It's just at the top corner. It's not going to bother anything. I don't think it's going to be bigger. That's the only time I've ever done that with a phone. I feel like I'm very responsible with my devices. Yeah. And, never left a... Like, it's so much so that, like, I take an extra second to survey the scene. You know what I mean? Like, just to make sure that everything's there.
I think our best selves want to do something like that. I don't know that I've ever... I think I've left a wallet. Before. And I was traveling with somebody who left a laptop somehow.
Oh, that's rough.
In a taxi cab. This wasn't Uber. It was a taxi cab. Even harder to track down, I think. Mm-hmm. But the sheer panic of getting out, especially if you're away from home, of an Uber at your destination, and then being like, my only means of figuring out where this Uber is still on the Uber. Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, and then you have to talk to potentially a stranger and ask, can I borrow your phone to help find my Uber? And they're like, how do you do that? And you're like, I have no clue. Right. And they're like, okay, do you need to sign into Uber on my phone? And you're like, probably, but I don't know the password.
No. You look like you're scamming them to try to get information off their phone.
Yeah. And then you're embarrassed and you just run away.
I think that's when I just started a new life.
Yeah. Now you live there.
Yeah. I'm going off the grid then. I think that's what's going to happen.
But over 1 million phones were lost last year. New York City has been ranked America's most forgetful city for the 10th consecutive year.
Man, They got other things on their mind. They're moving. Bright lights.
I think there is a volume issue here. Like, they probably have more rides than anybody else.
Yeah, so maybe per capita, Buffalo is going to be worse, maybe, let's say.
Yeah, maybe. But I do have a theory, Chip. I don't think this is about forgetfulness at all. I think this is about drunkenness.
Oh, I could very easily see that. Yes.
Because I've never seen anybody drink like people did when I lived in Manhattan.
Yeah.
It's a culture that doesn't drive, and they just pound them. They don't sleep. They don't drive. They pound them.
Right. See, you have to think about that in L.A., don't you, Thomas? Like, because you're driving places a lot.
A lot of people don't, but like I do.
Right.
And when Uber came out, it was like the greatest relief of all time.
Of course.
It was like, oh, I don't have to find parking in a disgusting neighborhood.
And I have a designated driver.
Yeah, and I have a designated driver in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was nice, but Los Angeles is still in the top 5.
Okay.
So we're leaving some stuff. We're leaving some phones. We're leaving some wallets. We're leaving some watches. We're leaving some keys.
It's happening.
But the thing that makes me think this is an alcohol issue and not just a forgetful issue is riders seem to lose their belongings most frequently on St. Patrick's Day, Halloween, and New Year's Eve.
I mean, that's 100% the sauce.
Yeah, it's the sauce. And when you cross-reference that with New York City being number 1 10 years in a row, I think this is a booze-fueled cell phone drop.
It's 100% what it is. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, there's no way. Because it's not happening on Easter. You know what I mean?
No.
Oh, hey, I lost my little candied eggs. Nope. It's Halloween, St. Patty's Day.
It might happen on Fat Tuesday. And potentially, it could happen on Easter, though, if you're rolling home from an inflatable church.
Just blowing in the wind. My roommate in college, he used to talk about how his grandfather every year would give up drinking for Lent.
Yeah.
And he
Common.
was an Irish Catholic man
Yeah.
who knew how to put them back, but he abstained every Lent, and every Easter Sunday, he would just break into the sauce
uncork it.
and just get mean, like funny and mean, and just like yell at everybody in the family, but like just make fun of them, and he would just be wasted every Easter Sunday.
Oh, it's got a lot of time to make up for it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, he does.
What do you think he was pounding back then? Do you think beers? He's doing cocktails?
I'm thinking whiskey. That's my guess.
Whiskey,
Some
yeah.
Jameson,
That's a classic Irish grandpa drink. That's for
my
sure.
guess, yeah.
Buddy, very exciting. All right, next story, Chip.
Here we go.
A guy named Islander just won an actual island, and he's never left Wisconsin before. I think I might change my last name to Lottery. Condé Nast Traveler is reporting that Eric Holmer, a 42-year-old from Madison, Wisconsin, has been named the American winner of Visit Sweden's Your Swedish Island initiative, a global tourism campaign that handed out custodianship of remote Swedish islands to international travelers. He won an island, Chip.
I mean, who would not want an island? That just sounds like the greatest thing in the world.
It sounds unbelievable.
You have your vacation set for the rest of your life then.
Well, you only get it for a year. That's
for
what
a year.
That's what this. You technically you get custodianship.
Okay.
Of a Swedish island.
All right.
So the contest drew more than 2,200 video entries, and Sweden selected exactly 5 custodians total. This has very Willy Wonka vibes.
Yeah, it does.
There's only a certain amount of tickets out there, but a lot of chocolate bars were bought.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you about the island they won. It's called Skotenbaden, and it's described as nearly impossible to reach. That's like the big headline about this island. They promised it would be remote, but this one specifically is nearly impossible to reach. And the entire prize package is just one travel voucher worth $2,125. So I don't even think that's enough to get round trip.
No. From Wisconsin to Sweden? I doubt it.
Not to this remote island in Sweden for sure.
No.
So it's maybe not the best deal. It's also probably some frozen Swedish island. But Holmer heard about the contest on the radio while driving and entered mostly because his last name, Holmer, means island. He thought he might have a little luck. They had like the Swedish name that means island.
That means island. I mean, how can you not be picked?
It makes me think this might not have been random. I guess video.
Well, videos, they're choosing people, I would
Yeah,
assume.
they're choosing people. So like they just heard it and they were just like, ooh, this guy's name's Island? Tough. Tough to pass up Eric Holmer.
Well, I guess because they do this sometimes too, where they pick the best people. Like I had a friend years ago who won an island, and it wasn't Swedish. It was down in the Caribbean. His last name was Epstein.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't know what that translates to, but I mean he won a big island. Apparently, I haven't gotten down there yet, but apparently
haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, he is. Maybe he just ran with a voucher. I don't know.
I think there's probably something nice about a Swedish island. Remote, interesting. You have space to yourself. But I like my islands warm, Chip.
Yeah, that is true.
I just kind of do. If I'm going to be out there.
Steel drums sound different in the cold.
Yeah, they sound like clunk, clunk, clunk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The frozen temperatures really change it. All right, man. We're getting back into some good island vibes with this story. Good. The smallest nation at the World Cup just pulled up in a windowless school bus, and they are from an island, Chip.
Right.
So the World Cup, where you've got Brazilians that are coming in on a private 747, or Qatar reportedly has a gilded locker room.
Right. These are some of the richest people in the world.
Well, it's like some of the richest. I don't know. Is Brazil like
organizations
the richest country? Yeah, it's just like they put so much emphasis on this sport that they pool a tremendous amount of resources behind these teams. And dude, Sports Illustrated is reporting that Curacao, a Caribbean island with just 158,000 people, has become the smallest nation in FIFA World Cup history to qualify for the tournament. And they rolled up in this school bus, dude, with no windows. They were just like hanging out of it. They were
hanging out, just like
great time,
waving everybody. Yeah,
blasting tunes. Somebody took a video of it. It's going very viral.
It looks like the bus that you would take on like an excursion in the Dominican Republic. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, we're gonna go, and you're gonna go see this thing, and we're gonna go have like a little lunch or whatever, and you're gonna go zip lining, and you're like, let's get in this fun bus, and that's how they came into town.
Dude, and this just has cool runnings written all over it, man.
Yeah.
These are underdogs who are very talented athletically, but don't have a lot of the advantages that other people have.
Right.
Like, their training sessions back home in Curacao are literally conducted barefoot on the beach, dude. They are playing beach soccer, and then they go out there and they play the real games. Of course, it's on grass and stuff. They had to qualify. They had to get in. They had to go through all these different, sub-tournaments or whatever it is to get into the game. But, dude, they just practice on the beach without any shoes.
That's some Pele stuff right there. Yeah.
Exactly. And the other element that caught my mind was their manager is Dick Advocate.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Dick Advocate.
Dick Advocate. He's a 78-year-old who now holds the record for the oldest manager in World Cup history. So, like, they've got no supplies. They've got no training grounds. They've got a nearly octogenarian manager, and they are out there rocking it. And I think they're kicking off next week on the 14th against Germany.
Okay.
So they're going up against global powerhouses,
big
as
guns,
this small nation, and I can't even tell you how psyched I'll be if Curacao gets out there and starts getting a couple of W's, bud.
Oh, absolutely. I already looked up the jerseys. The jerseys look amazing.
Yeah.
It is sort of like a fun Caribbean vibe.
Is it like a fish pattern? I haven't seen the jerseys.
It's like it's like pretty basic, but it's just kind of like light, kind of like tannish, and then a little light blue. It's just like a really cool, like fun, nice little vibe.
A nod to the sand and the sea.
Exactly. And then I'll tell you this. I don't know if I told you, I'm going to the World Cup on the 14th, going to a game.
Really?
Yeah. In Philly, I can walk down to the stadium. My buddy got tickets. My buddy Mike, shout out to him. I'm so excited. It's Ivory Coast, and I want to say maybe he's playing Ecuador. Maybe I feel like that. I know it's
gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. But if I could see Curacao play,
ooh,
bonus points.
All right, dude. Last story here. we're getting back. We're getting back to the not so friendly skies, Chip.
Yeah.
British Airways just made video and voice calls available at 30,000 feet. I'm so upset about this, Chip.
Society is already in collapse, but this is just going to speed it up so much faster. Talking and doing video calls on an airplane in those tight quarters. There's going to be. I'm going to be the guy opening that door that the Jiu-Jitsu guy is going to be choking out.
Yeah, the Jiu-Jitsu guy is going to be distracted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's going to be so many more Bomb AirPods floating around making these video calls.
Yeah, there are.
This is like Planet Fitness being like, hey, bring your own tunes. Bring a boombox.
Just let it ring.
Just play it. Just make sure you play it louder than whatever we're already pumping in here.
Exactly.
And louder than, so you can block out the other people who we've encouraged to bring their own boom boxes. And we'll really just make this place miserable for everybody.
Everybody will lose. Yeah. It's just, there's going to be mutiny. There's going to be mutiny on flights because the people who are making phone calls on flights are not the type of people to be quiet about making phone calls.
No.
Like, it's just the worst people are going to be doing it. It's not just going to be a polite little guy being like, excuse me, I just got to call and check in with my dog walker real quick. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be like, I'm going to have a 7-hour loud conversation with my sister for no reason.
It's going to be somebody drunk on their way back from a bachelorette party.
Yep.
Screaming at their boyfriend or confessing.
Which could be fun. I will say there's an upside. Just crying and confessing your sins coming back from Vegas. That could be its own thing. Like, okay, here's what we do.
Okay.
The last thing we need is to get rid of more seats and trying to shove seats together more. But take like the size of a restroom, like a bathroom in a plane, and make it like a confessional, like on The Real World. But it's basically a phone booth where you take your phone into that soundproof little area, and you make your call. But here's the big but.
Yeah.
It is broadcast. There is a camera in there.
Yeah.
And microphones. And one of the options for your viewing,
I like this,
is you get to watch what's happening in that room. Like, instead of watching another 30 Rock episode, be like, I want to see what this crying girl's doing on her way home from Las Vegas.
I mean, it's great on two fronts. I think that sounds entertaining. I think that sounds like a good use. But I also do think it sounds mildly like a cover-up for a legal case you're actually involved in where you did place cameras in airline restrooms.
Well, okay, because there's no law up at 30,000 feet, Thomas. I thought I was allowed to.
Yeah, they said you can't smoke in there. They didn't say anything else about anything I did in there.
No, they did not. No, they did not. And in my defense, the only reason I put those cameras in the restroom was that during that trip, I had to self-tape an audition for Fast and Furious 9. And I forgot that I didn't take them down. I was so just in character. I was so, method. That I forgot that the cameras were there.
I mean, just all 190 souls on that 767 heard you screaming, "It's all about family."
I know.
From the back commode.
And I think they all agreed. I will say that.
They absolutely must have.
Yeah.
So, dude, this is all made possible by Mr. Elon Musk's Starlink Wi-Fi, which supports speeds up to 500 megabits. It's now available on planes. A lot of airlines have this technology already in use, but only British Airlines, and there's one other one, I believe Emirates, have decided to allow people to use the voice and audio calling on board. Everybody else is actively blocking it. I only went down this rabbit hole because I saw something on Instagram about Delta allowing the video calls. And I'm like, I fly Delta. Delta's probably about as good as you get.
They love to fly, and it shows. Sure.
One of my favorite, for sure. Like, if I have a choice between them or most other airlines, I go with them. But that turns out not to be the case. And to quite the opposite. They even asked their customers if this is something they'd want, and got, I believe the term was aggressively not something their customer base wanted available.
That sounds like a resounding answer. A reason to love Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm being grumpy at all. Like this just sounds like a nightmare. There is the devil's advocate of like, there's people talking on airplanes. There's people talking, like, you know, if you go with your friend, you go with a family member, there's going to be people talking. But there's something so much more infuriating about somebody talking on a phone.
Yeah, with somebody that's not there. There's no reason for that. You can talk to them when you land.
I feel the same way, but I do go back to my devil's advocate of being like, is it any different than me talking to my wife?
It is. It is, because you are both there.
It feels
You're both
different.
aware. You're both aware of what's happening, and you're both in there. You're supposed to be talking. But then there's also that just shrill, loud phone voice that like is different than like a person that's there. Mm-hmm. And it also just takes the person out. Even when you're, to a certain extent, when you're talking with your wife, let's say, you're both there. You're both aware of your surroundings. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So like if they start singing happy birthday at the next table or something weird's going on, you're both attuned to it. You're like, oh, you flow with what's going on there. This person on the phone doesn't realize that. And then I feel like they're taken out of it too. Yeah. So they're there, but they're not there.
That's true.
2 thumbs down, Thomas. 2 thumbs down.
That was for the Algo, everybody. I think that this is a great episode, Chip.
That was a good one.
We're really touching on a lot of key issues to the travel community.
Yeah, we are.
All right, next we're going to Hypochondriac Corner.
The corner. Do you have anything this week, Thomas?
Dude, I'm back in the gym, buddy.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I was so sore. So sore.
But it's a good sore,
Friday.
Right?
It was a good sore. I know the difference between being sore and being injured. It took the weekend to recover, but I got a little cough.
Yeah.
And I have no other symptoms, Chip. I don't have a fever. I don't feel sick any other way, except I got a little gunk in the chest.
Could it be allergies?
It could be allergies. It could be anything. I really don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. But one of the places I went to is like, I don't know. Like I've seen movies where people cough, like Moulin Rouge.
Yep.
Sadine coughs and blood comes out. And that means she's dying.
She's dying.
So I'm just like, I don't know that I've had this before where it's just like, just a cough. There's no stuffy nose. Yeah. There's no anything. I'm just like coughing a lot, and I can feel it getting more intense. I'm coughing more. I can feel more stuff in my lungs. I still don't feel sick at all.
Well, that's good.
And I'm still, running. I'm still riding the bike. I'm still doing all these things. Yeah. Not feeling. But yeah, there's just something in the back of my mind that's like, this is unfamiliar. This is weird. This doesn't feel like being sick. Maybe I've got one of those Sadine coughs coming up. Just kind of blood all over the place, and then I die.
I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think you're going to have the Sadine virus. I think you're going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. But when will I start being beautiful and being able to sing?
You have never been to the Moulin Rouge. Therefore, you're not that important.
All right. You got anything, buddy? Anything for the corner?
Just the fact that I was watching one of my favorite TV. I was watching Modern Family the other day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We
just sit, and sometimes like dinner, and you just throw it on, or like even in the morning, have a little cereal. Just see what the Dumfies are up to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just needs what. There's an episode where 2 of the main characters, the mom and the daughter, are sick in bed. Mm-hmm. And they're doing this sick voice and they're blowing their noses. I've watched that episode once in my life.
Yeah.
And I can't watch it. I hate when a character on a TV show or in a movie or somebody on a podcast is sick.
Yeah.
Even though I know I can't catch it, it just grosses me out so much.
Yeah.
I can't watch that episode. And it's funny. Luckily, and thank you to the makers of Modern Family, that same episode of the mother and daughter that are sick that I skip, we also used to have to skip. This is pretty funny because there is a very funny storyline where Phil is trying to replace the smoke detectors. But there's one beep. You know how the smoke detector beeps like when the battery's low? He can't figure out where it is.
Oh, dude.
Right? And it's just like frustrating. Our old dog, Stanley, was so afraid of the smoke detector that episode, and I think the episode is literally called Chirp, because beep, like that.
Yeah.
He would hear it on the TV and think it was a smoke detector, and he got so scared that he would run and hide. So
Oh.
we would skip that episode, and I skipped it for the same reason. Side note, one time I guess the smoke detector did go off, like it was the actual smoke detector. The battery was going dead, so it was beeping a little bit. My wife got home from work, and so that's going off, but just like every minute, every 30 seconds or whatever. And then she realizes she can't find the dog. He's like missing in our apartment. And she thought he must have gotten out somehow. He was holed up in the closet, like under some clothes, because he was so afraid. And it's like, that is the worst thing to do when the smoke detector goes off, is to go and hide.
That's an R. Kelly rock opera right there.
There it is. There it is. But that's my hypochondriac corner.
Yeah, that's your hypochondriac corner. And also the reason why you have yet to grant a Make-A-Wish. You refuse to do meet with anybody who is mildly ill.
Who do I look like? John Cena?
No, you really don't.
Yeah.
Very little resemblance.
Yes.
All right, that's it for the corner, dude.
Boom.
We're moving on to talk about the man, one of our heroes, a sunburned icon as far as we're concerned.
Yep.
It's time for Buffett facts, Chip.
Buffett facts.
What fact do you have about the man, the myth, the legend, Jimmy Buffett today?
Jimmy Buffett could almost do it all. The only cool thing that he couldn't do was to go see a Jimmy Buffett concert.
It's so true, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the good Lord himself, can he make a rock so heavy he can't lift it?
I mean, he's Pagliacci in this one.
It's one of those things. And yeah, he just couldn't see himself live.
How about you, Thomas?
All right. This was kind of inspired, looked into it based off of, it's the NBA playoffs.
Right.
Or the finals. It is the Stanley Cup finals right now. And I just, want to see how he felt about the whole situation. So this is the fact that I found out. Jimmy Buffett liked the Stanley Cup more than the NBA championship. He thought the Stanley Cup was the perfect size for a margarita.
A little salt on the rim.
A little salt on the rim of the Stanley Cup, buddy. Yeah, that's a big old cup where the NBA trophy famously is just a basketball, kind of on a podium.
Yeah, you can't put a cocktail in there.
You shouldn't.
Nope.
You shouldn't. That wouldn't be good behavior.
No,
I don't care about it.
Nope.
But it's not good. All right, that's it for Buffett facts.
Buffett facts.
And next, I'm feeling some splishing. I'm feeling some splashing. The waters are rising. The tide is up. It's time for Sunburnt Podcast Fish of the Week.
And we have a grand one this time, Thomas.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I could have told you so much information about our fish of the week this week, but I had to focus.
You had to get laser focused.
I had to get laser focused.
You didn't want to flounder.
I did not want to flounder on my fish of the week entry. Okay. This is amazing. So I'm really going to focus on one little issue.
Okay.
Our fish of the week is Winston the flounder.
Ooh.
Now, flounder,
Yeah.
the name is really sort of an umbrella for a bunch of different type of fish that do this same type of thing. So there's a variety of different, if you want to call them flounders, but there's a bunch of varieties of fish, sort of a blanket term. But here is what Winston does. I've eaten flounder before. I've seen them floundering around.
Yeah.
I never knew this about flounders like Winston, okay?
You got to hit me with it. I don't know what's going on. Winston, what's your secret?
Flounders like Winston are born just like most other fish.
Uh-huh.
With an eye on either side of their head. I mean, you know that, right? Just going down a little Finding Nemo kind of situation. Just, they said. Then as it develops, as Winston developed, his one eye migrated across his skull so that both eyes were on the same side of the body.
What?
This is what flounders do. The eyeball literally moves from one side to the other.
So they're only looking one direction.
This is the stuff of horror movies like the Finding Nemo massacre right here. Like this is just crazy. So what they do, so now the fish has two eyes on one side.
Yeah.
So what they do then, they just flop down.
Yeah.
And they swim on their side for the rest of their life with both eyes popping up, these little bug eyes popping up from the one side. So instead of swimming, vertically like most fish do,
Yeah.
they swim along the floor of the ocean, and they kind of flutter along on the floor of the ocean, watching everything up with their little bug eyes.
So for flounders of a certain age, everything's looking up.
Everything's looking up. I mean, everything. It's crazy, okay? So now Winston is literally a mutant.
He's a trauma monster.
Yes, exactly. They stay up like this. The eye moves, and then they flop on down and just stay on the bottom of the ocean, basically, for the rest of their lives. But now let's calm down for a minute. We're going to get chill, okay?
Okay.
Let's take the temperature down a little bit, because I know it got a little crazy.
Yeah.
Just like a true burnt one,
Yep. Okay.
Winston spends most of his time lying on the ocean floor, like I said,
Yeah.
just chilling in the sand.
Yeah.
I mean, that does sound pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, he even likes to bury himself in the sand like he's a 5-year-old at Coney Island.
Oh, what a silly little ghost, dude.
He's a silly goose. He buries himself in the sand. What's the only thing sticking out, do you think, Thomas?
Maybe them bug eyes.
Those bug eyes are just sticking out, looking around, watching for prey, watching for predators.
Like a weirdo peeking out through a painting's eyeball holes.
That's my favorite thing in the world, I think. I don't know why more people don't have paintings with the eye hole cut out, so you can watch your guests when they're having their pre-dinner cocktails. Now, he's just buried in the sand like a burnt one, but don't let these vibes fool you, Thomas, okay?
I can't.
Because he's looking around for dinner. And
Yeah.
when he sees something tasty, boom, like a little tiny fish or a worm or crustacean, he pops out of the sand, strikes faster, Thomas, than you can say, "No, Your Honor, I did not try to tickle that policeman." And he pounces, and he gets his dinner.
Yeah, so like Winston's, to a lot of people, can be called darts. That's a different name for cigarettes.
Yes.
But this Winston likes to dart right up out of the sand,
It's
baby.
dart right out of there. It's like a Winston Cool right there. Now, I could tell you more about Winston, but that is just what I want people to remember. We're just focusing on that. The eye flips over, they flip down, and they stay on the bottom, bury themselves in the sand like a burnt one, and but then they go in for the kill. It's kind of like if Jeffrey Dahmer lived in Acapulco. Like, he's just kind of chill, and then boom, something bad happens. But that, Thomas, is Winston, our fish of the week.
Winston, congratulations, buddy.
Winston the Flounder.
Congratulations, Winston. I hope it didn't hurt when your eyes moved, but we can't take our eyes off of you. You're beautiful, buddy.
You are.
All right, Chip. Thanks for that, dude. What a fish of the week.
Fish of the week, baby.
All right. Now it's time to get into the good book.
Open it up. Crack open that Guinness Book of World Records. The fastest, the tallest, the longest, the smartest, the most amazing feats we celebrate each and every week.
Each and every week. And this week, my feet is measured in degrees, Chip.
I'm ready for this.
Do you like beautiful things that are consistent?
I mean, look around me. Yes, I do.
Well, I found the record for the most equitable temperature over a long period, Chip.
Ooh.
And what I mean by that is a place where the most consistent temperature is month over month. So regardless of the season, month over month, there's the least variance in temperature from month to month, day to day, over a long period of time. Basically, what temperature is the most consistent year-round over long periods of time?
That was one of my favorite things about Hawaii, by the way.
I know.
Was that it's always just sort of 80 degrees.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So here is my question. Over a long period of time, and I'm talking years, measuring average monthly temperature month to month, what do you think in degrees is the smallest variance ever recorded?
Like 10 degrees? Like a 10-degree variance?
Okay.
That's my guess.
It is less than 1 degree.
What?
0.9 degrees Fahrenheit. The Kwajalein Atoll in the Marshall Islands.
Okay.
The best news about this is it's tropical. It is a
Right.
tropical climate that is the same day after day, year after year. The average temperature is 83 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's incredible.
That's the average temperature throughout like the day, throughout the month,
Yep.
throughout the year. But the average high is 87 degrees. The average daily low is 79 degrees. And any day throughout the month is going to be within a degree of either one of those things over the course of years.
That's wild.
It is so perfect. It's so pristine. It's like Groundhog's Day, except it's perfect.
Why aren't we there right now, Thomas?
Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. A lot of military.
Yeah, in the Marshall Islands.
Yeah, to the point where most of the inhabitants, the people that lived on this island, had to be moved to a smaller island that could have maybe more variability in temperature. So yeah, there's some not great parts of it,
Right.
but just the way that it's set up in the remote ring of coral and reef in the Central Pacific Island or the Central Pacific Ocean, it just acts as a giant thermal buffer. Like the environment around it just keeps it the same year after year. Also in accordance with its
Scripture.
with its scripture.
Yep.
It's perfect every day.
That's incredible.
It's keeping it consistent, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
And for that, we say congratulations.
Huzzah.
All right, Chip, what do you got today, buddy?
That's a great one. That is, I would love, man, that, I would not miss the seasons, Thomas. I'll say that much.
The Kwajalein Atoll in the Marshall
Yeah.
Islands. Kwajalein Atoll.
Okay, for my record, Thomas, couple questions. Do you like hot dogs?
Yeah, I love hot dogs.
Do you enjoy paying way too much money for something?
If it's cool.
Well, then you're in luck because my record this week is the most expensive hot dog commercially available.
Dude, I'm into it. Tell me about this. Is it a foot long? Can you tell me if it's a foot long?
I can, and I will tell you it is a foot-long hot dog.
Woo!
Do you want to guess the price of the most expensive foot-long hot dog?
Costco gives them out for $1.50 with a soda.
Are they footlongs?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's a long dog. So I'm
Yeah.
what I like to do is 20x a reasonable
Yeah.
price.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with $30 for this diggity dog.
Love it, Thomas. Great guess.
Uh-huh.
The most expensive hot dog commercially available was $169 American dollars.
Whoa, dude. How do they justify? How does this come to be?
Oh, Thomas, I'll tell you. By the way, do you want to guess what restaurant this comes from?
It comes from a restaurant.
I'm going to stop you right there. It doesn't come from a restaurant. It came from a food truck.
Really? Okay, so this is a mobile eatery selling dogs for $169. Did we go from the Marshall Islands to the Coney Islands?
I mean, pretty close.
Okay.
This is not your dollar dog night we're talking about, Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the Tokyo Dog food truck.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is starting to feel all right.
Do you want to guess where the Tokyo Dog food truck was located? Obviously, Tokyo Dog.
Is it in Tokyo?
It's in Seattle, Washington, Thomas.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
In
Yes.
Seattle, Washington. On February 23rd, 2014, the first person bought a $169 Juniban,
A Juniban.
which is now for $169 American. Now, what does this get you?
Yes. Yeah, tell me the value proposition.
I think you're going to see how the value does sort of start to match up. It
Yeah.
is a 12-inch hot dog,
Okay.
smoked cheese bratwurst,
Okay.
topped with butter teriyaki grilled onion,
Uh-huh.
maitake mushrooms,
Okay.
Wagyu beef.
Wait, it's topped with beef?
I guess so, or there's beef in there. Yeah.
Okay.
So Wagyu beef,
Yeah, that's expensive beef.
foie gras,
Foie gras. That's where the goose are force-fed
like the goose
things
are just
until their
fed. It's an
spleens
awful
explode?
thing. It's an awful thing, but very expensive. It's like their
Yes.
liver or whatever.
Yeah.
So foie gras, shaved black truffles,
Okay.
caviar,
Okay.
and Japanese mayo on a brioche bun.
So this is fancy. This is all fancy.
This is very, very fancy stuff. And for all that, for the low, low price of $169. You could get relish, but that's an extra 75 cents. I don't know if you want to pay for that.
You got to draw a line at some point. Was the pig that this brat was made out of potentially the same pig that found the truffles?
It was actually Miss Piggy, the famous Muppet. That's where a lot of the price comes from. Yeah, sad, sad day for Miss Piggy. Yes.
It is, dude. That is wild. That's a real expensive. When you first mentioned it was in Seattle, I was like, oh, okay, they have a huge drug problem there and a lot of affluence. Maybe the street truck is driving around, kind of like saying, you want a Japanese hot dog? And people are like, is that drugs? Code word.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're putting 170 bones in somebody's hand, and they're just getting back a foot long.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they really put the time in. They really built a luxury product.
Yes.
I used to live up in Seattle, and they've got this little hamburger stand called Dick's.
Okay.
And you just walk right up there, and it's kind of like an In-N-Out, but like I remember it being only on foot. You kind of just like walk up to a window. You order a bunch of burgers. They were super cheap, super delicious. Hard to imagine this competing with Dick's.
The opposite, right?
This hot dog truck can't compete with Dick's. Hot dogs can never compete with Dick's.
Well, I will tell you this. So this happened in February 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Tokyo Dog closed in 2017.
Oh, okay.
Most likely,
Yeah.
because they were trying to sell hot dogs for $170.
That is a proposition.
Now, obviously, this was not their only offering. This was a special menu item. You know, you could buy a more reasonable dog there. But I do want to say on that February 23rd, 2014, Alan Chang of California was the first of 6 people to purchase the $169 dog, which totals out to $1,014 for 6 dogs. And all of that money, the owners of the food truck sent to the Red Cross. So all the money they made went to the Red Cross. So it was for a good, it was for a good cause.
Okay.
Now, Thomas.
Yep.
We keep talking about how we want to set our own record.
Yeah.
I have an idea for a $200 hot dog.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
See if you would pay $200 for this.
Yeah. Okay.
Kobe beef.
Yep.
The Kobe beef hot dog in a croissant. Dijon mustard with a lobster tail, topped with an iPhone 15, and wrapped in a paper of the guaranteed winners of this Saturday at the track from my Uncle Lou's friend who fixes horse races.
Dude, now that sounds like a dog.
Is that worth $200 to you?
Yeah, I think the on a 15, an iPhone 15, I think the trade-in value alone is going to be somewhere around $200.
Plus, you get the winning horse races for that week.
Yeah.
You know?
Plus, you get a couple of guaranteed winners. You can go down, really clean up at the track.
Yep.
Dude, this is a great deal, and it's a record we could certainly beat.
I think we could.
Do you think part of the record was they had to sell a certain amount of them?
So it does say most expensive hot dog commercially available.
So anybody can buy it at a store.
Well, I mean, I think at their location, I guess. Yeah.
Well, okay. Commercially available doesn't mean anybody bought it.
No, it's just available.
I think we could set this record right now.
So we know that 6 people bought it. So I think there probably does have to be a purchase. I think there has to be at least one purchase. That's my guess.
Because if there doesn't, we can come out with the $2 million dog.
Yeah, we can.
$2 million dog. Nobody needs to
hey,
buy
it's
it.
Available if you want it.
Yeah, it's available for commercial purchase.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be as crappy as we want it to be, dude. I think we may have found our loophole. The most expensive blank commercially available.
And I have a little experience with it. Now, not financially, but I have paid dearly for eating some chili dogs in the past.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So congratulations to Tokyo Dog and the most expensive hot dog commercially available.
Dude, congratulations, Tokyo Dog. R.I.P. You were too good for this world.
Yep.
Everybody, you can hit us on the Trouble in Paradise hotline at 310-845-6038. Chip, this was an amazing episode.
Great one.
I thought you were fantastic. I thought our
Right back at
chemistry
you.
was off the charts. I think we had covered a lot of great ground. You're welcome to the algorithm. You're welcome to the burnt ones. This is the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. Check in next week. Hopefully we'll have our next In Paradise stop ready for you guys to come on out and have some fun with us on Tropical Island. Until next time, stay burnt. Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308. I'm going to need about a dozen towels sent up, as well as a nice pair of scissors.
Are you the reason we're getting reports that a man is walking around dressed like a ghost?
Or maybe your hotel is haunted.
Just wear pants next time.
Sounds good. Continued success.
Continued success.